This is my DIY repair of my GE Café series dual fuel range. My stove is about 13 years old. We got it in 2008 and it's now 2020. The burners won't light without an external flame. There is no spark nor clicking for any of the 5 igniters/burners. I will replace 3 components. Number 1, igniters on all 5 burners. 4 are the same, 1 is different. Quantity of 4. Range spark igniter. Part number WB13K10014. For all burners except the front right. Quantity of 1. Electrode top. Part WB13T10065. This is for the front right burner. It also requires 2 accessory parts. Washer, part WB02T10323, and the spring, WB09T10011. The harness, the wires connecting the igniters to the spark module. Part number WB18K10046. And the spark module, it sends the signal to the igniters to spark. Part number WB13X26360. It's very important to note that this is a different spark module than the original. This is the old one. The black box has been replaced with this new one. But before I continue, please know that I am not a professional. This is just a video of my own DIY repair. So here we go. Unplug the stove and turn off the gas. Remove the grates, burner caps, and bases. Remove all visible screws on the stove top and around each burner. Note that the screws around these 4 burners have flat ends, and that the screws around the front right burner have sharp pointed ends. Pull out the igniters from their holes in the stove top for all burners except for the front right. Here's the front right burner versus the rear right. In the following video clip, you may notice that the igniters and wires are not in the stove top. I had removed them when I first opened up the stove to check it out prior to ordering parts a few weeks earlier. Sorry for any confusion that may occur as a result. This is the piece that has a different type of igniter. This is the one that has the electrode and the 2 other parts, the little half ring and the 2 springs. It'll actually only require 1 spring, but this is the burner that will take those weird things. All other 4 are going to have just the standard igniters. I'm going to start by unscrewing each of these screws. And also the screws that are holding each of these down. And also coming around to the back, we have some screws right here. Here in the middle, and here on the far right, which I guess from looking at it from the back, that would look like the left side. I'm also ultimately going to be needing to remove this panel right here. So I'll be removing the screws that we need to get those unharnessed as well. I forgot to remove these 2 little things. Okay, we have removed the 3 screws here, here, and here. And now we will be removing this part. Now we need to unscrew this and this so we can remove the stove top. This is what the stovetop looks like with the wires or the harness attached to the igniters. The igniters need to be separated from the harness wires before lifting off the stovetop. Here are the igniters separated from the wires. Next, remove the burner base from the front right position. The harness wire would be attached when removing the burner. And by the way, here's that electrode with the spring and the little clip. Back to removing the stovetop. I pull that back a little bit and then it clears it just fine. Before moving further, I found taking pictures of what was under the stovetop and where everything was really helpful to me when I needed to put everything back together. Now we want to remove this plate so that we can get to the spark igniter box, or the module, whatever they call that. And so we need to just remove these screws here. Okay. I forgot that there are 2 screws under here that are also keeping this plate in place. Here is where the spark module is located. To remove it, just push out the clips from the slots underneath. The replacement will snap in here too. So we've got this little white cord that is not part of the rest of the replacement harness. And we also have this, I guess it's kind of a purple, maroon kind of color. Part of it's purple. And those 2 are going here. And then we've got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that are going there. Then this has the ground, which is going to this screw over here. That plain screw will be replaced with the green screw that came with the spark module. It's going in the same hole though. We're going to talk about this spark module for a minute. This is the old one, and this is the new one. You can see they are quite different, and the instructions that have come with this are of very poor quality. I mean, it's not a very sharp color picture at all. It's a very fuzzy black and white, really hard to read. The instructions are pretty spare. Step 5 refers to the photo to indicate where the wires go, but it provides no other instruction. The photo doesn't show any type of distinction between the red and blue wires, nor between the yellow and white ones. Trying to determine which wire went where took a long time, as the only potential guidance, which was an online Q&A, didn't match what appeared to be in the picture. I finally decided to try a combination to see if it worked. The only way to find out was to test it, so here we go. These are the ends that will be going into the spark module. On the left of the spark module are inputs N1 and L2, the top row 135, and the bottom row 246. And these ends will be going into the igniters. Snap the new spark module into the back panel slots where the old one had been. Connect the wires to the spark module. Input stove wires, purple to N1, white to L2. Output wires, red 1, black 3, yellow 5. Output wires, white 2, blue 4. Ground wire, green 6. Then secure it to the stove with the green bolt. Thread the harness through the hole to enter the burner area. Thread the wires under the pipes to get each colored wire to its assigned burner. Here's the left rear, the left front, the center, and the right rear. We're ready to put the stovetop back on, but first let's work on the front right burner. Change out the old electrode, washer, and spring on the right front burner for the new ones. Do not connect the wire to it yet. So I've put the top back on, And I'm making sure to thread these through, oops, I missed that one. I need to thread them through each of the holes that they are going to go into. This one is kind of loose for right now, but I need to thread that one through and thread that one through. And I have put in all of the screws into each of the burners, with the exception of this last one, because I wanted to show you it's a little bit different. It needs to be connected here to here first. So I'll do that, and then we will put in the last of the screws. And just as a reminder, the screws that went in here were the flat ones. They weren't sharp. These are flat. These are sharp. Wire is now connected to the igniter or electrode, whatever they call it. I'm going to put these back in. There we go. And then I'll just screw down. Okay. So the two flat ones go here and here, and then the three sharp ones will go here, here, and here. And we just gotta tighten them down. Attach igniters to the wires. All of the little igniters have been attached, and of course we have that other electrode. Let's give them a try. We've got to put the burner caps on and see how that goes. Now we need to try and test it. So in order to do that, we need to plug it back in and give it gas. I have turned the gas back on and plugged it in, and we're going to give this a try now. Hopefully nothing blows up. Here we go. Let's try the back right. Oh, it works. Let's try the front right. Well, that works. Let's try the center. It's working. Let's see this for the front. That works. And the back. Aha! Awesome. They're lighting and we're in good shape. Now we just need to finish putting everything back. Thanks for watching.